Yep.
Definitely. That is the coolest thing about this group too. You know, you even said spiritually, like there's not many people that you can find that you have the same, you know, you're on the same spiritual level, you know, as well as your dreams line up. That was probably the coolest thing, like joining this, finding out like, you know, we're all a bunch of Christian guys that are, you know, trying to help people become day traders. Like to me, that was mind blowing. Like
Mm.
it's hard enough to find them in your local area, but like, you know, to have that same interest in day trading as you was like crazy to me.
Profit Chasers actually was spelled Prophet, like a prophet, and the goal was I wanted to make a Christian investing group. That quickly got shot down in some of the older churches I was in. But now that we've moved churches and things like that, it's actually kind of funny. A lot of gentlemen from my church are actually members of my team and students of mine. And I kind of changed it off of that because for a few reasons. Um, uh, but no, I just it's kind of cool our root and our origins for us all to be so like minded in that area as well was like, for not that God needs to show Himself to me by anything like that, but this is just another reason of like, holy crap, like there clearly is a God and an ultimate plan, and there's a
Oh
big
yeah.
reason why He brought us together, and it's much greater than just a simple Discord of a few thousand people. That's kind of why I firmly believe in the movement we're doing. We're going to be attacking a lot of public schools. We're going to be going into high schools and middle schools and talking about wealth compounded and what that looks like without a college degree. So pretty excited for it. But anyway, to
Yeah.
talk
I think
about
that's a
you go.
go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say that's like a great transition and like how did this team form? Because I remember I came up to you, it was in a one-on-one lesson, and I just blatantly came out and told you I'm a website designer, and I was like, dude, your website sucks.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's you need a new website. And
Yeah, and I was
then
thinking,
we kind of just got talking.
screw this guy.
Yeah.
But
Whoa, thanks. I made that website.
we made that website.
Sorry,
Actually,
guys.
yeah, it was pretty bad. We actually, it was actually really bad.
It
Dig
was
and I
really
were proud
bad.
of it. I mean, it helped us to get to where we're at. I mean, that dinky little website, you'd be surprised at some of the numbers it'd pull,
Yeah.
from people signing up. But there was a guy I remember who was like, "There's not that much information on your website." I was thinking, yeah, there is. Like, it just like it's right there. But then now compared to what we have on our website
Oh
now, it
yeah.
just blows out of the water. So yeah, that was definitely huge that you were able to step up in that role. And
I thought it's a funny story, like thinking back on it. Like in the moment, I was like, dude, I'm just gonna tell them. Like I want to help them out. I
yeah,
want to, you know, redo their website.
your name was
But who's
was
your daddy?
who's your daddy? And I'm like, this dude is gonna get on my nerves. I can already tell.
Oh yeah, which I do.
Lot less now.
But yeah, yeah, that's good. That's always good. Even Corey, I remember Corey coming on. I like Corey and I joined Profit Chasers close to the same time. I remember. I remember both of us in the Discord, pretty new. But yeah, I don't know, Corey, if you have a story about kind of you joining or anything.
As far as like Private Chasers like team,
Yeah.
I don't really think it was any like specific day or event or sequence. Obviously, I joined and was trading, and I kind of showed my appreciation here and there to Jason for what he was doing and continues to do. And just over time, just kind of talked more, and after trading sessions would get together and talk about even stuff like merch or brainstorm ideas or the trading day and whatnot, and it just kind of led to you know stepping in and helping here and there, and kind of turned into what it is today. So.
Yeah,
I remember the first time. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I remember when we started to grow, quite big in October, November is where we really started to see exponential growth. And Corey was one of the, I was still doing all the one-on-one lessons at the time. And Corey was one of the few guys that actually I felt like was picking up on it and wasn't blindly following me and was actually learning the trick of the trade. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just kind of invite him to a more private Discord, and we started playing a few video games or whatever. And turns out he had a lot of skills that we really did need, and it just kind of adds to the whole of like the things that Dagan and I really needed, or the things that I needed. Period. Like they all came into focus at the perfect time. I needed help growing. That's why I had to bring on Dagan. I needed help with web design, sales, marketing. And that's why I brought on you and Corey, the systems and implementations we could kind of put into place. It also makes me excited to see, especially for those of you listening to this, who else is going to be drawn from the crowd to help get us to our end goal. Because it's not going to just be the four of us. In fact, when we started this Discord, it was actually five of us, or this podcast. So it is going to be cool to see some of the individuals that we do pull in the future.
I remember the first day Corey joined, that private chat we had, where we talked about the plans and stuff. And I remember thinking this dude's like 50 years old. And I was like, it was just funny to.
I think he joined before you.
No, we all joined that one at the same time. Remember you created that one? Because I was in there, and then you said I'm adding Lord Culver, or whatever his name was.
I don't know. Me, Corey, and Dagan played.
I think he's talking about that was a different server. I think he's talking about the actual second.
Yeah, wait, you're telling me Corey joined
before
me?
Oh yeah, the whole month.
The video game.
Us three used to play this video game, and none of us knew how to play it. We were so buns until like.
What game?
It was called Super People.
Oh, yeah, I heard you guys talking about that.
Anyway, we didn't know how to aim, so it was terrible. We didn't realize that you had to hold your breath to shoot. Our guns would just go...
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, yeah.
That's funny.
But, so, one thing I do want to talk about, we talked about a lot of pros and a lot of fun things and a lot of cool, things to kind of get you excited, but to kind of bring you back down to Middle Earth here, let's talk about some of the cons of trading. We are a transparent group. We always will be. And I don't think the cons get talked about enough. So number one, the biggest wall I came in with day trading, has been multiple. So number one, it's incredibly hard to pull loans for homes, for businesses and everything like that, because yes, you can show your trading income and the growth in your trading account, but the banks are only going to credit that at what it's worth at that time. They don't care about the percent gain you made in a few months. I hate this camera. Back to what I was saying, the banks do not care about the percent gain that account has made in a few months. I remember in January, I took a $15,000 account to like $75,000 in a few weeks. And they were just like, okay, like we can have a little collateral on that. Maybe, give you a $35,000 personal loan. I'm like, you're not seeing the income I'm making, guys? Like, this is crazy. They don't care. And so, as far as like when you're first starting trading, you're going to have to go through like 2 years of profitable returns. So then you can start, taking loans against them. So that's the number one thing that I always get a kick out of when all these, traders love flexing cars and watches and stuff like that, is because if they don't have another business or something else, they either made a dumb decision, bought that thing in all cash and didn't have a loan against it, or someone else bought it for them. So that's one con of it's incredibly hard to pull loans because most people do fail. Banks aren't stupid. They know that most traders do fail. Number two, you're not going to have many people support you during this journey. In fact, being honest, my parents, my family did not support me during this journey. And then because my dad really wanted a plan, right? He was of a more conservative background. But then when he saw what I was doing, he became my biggest supporter by far. And so this number one thing is you're going to get made fun of because you're going against the grain. Of course, no one's going to support you. Of course, you're going to have people make fun of you because it's not what society wants you to do. So by going against the grain, you are going to get picked on a lot. I got picked on a ton. It's just a part of going against the grain, and no matter what you do, because all those kids that are picking on you, more than likely than not, are probably in college or going to get a degree that they'll never use. Not saying college is useless, but I'm saying some parts of college is useless. And so, they could have their psychology degree. That's fine. Just don't make fun of me when I'm trying to do something different and do something I actually enjoy. A$AP Rocky's like, since when has it been cool to not try? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, just because I'm doing something that you might not think is cool doesn't mean it's not what I want to do. You know what I mean? Everyone has their own paths in life, and this is the one that I took. So obviously the loan is an issue, making fun is an issue. And then the biggest one, not having steady income. That's a hard thing for a lot of people. They need to know that they're going to have that money in their bank account that month. I was very close to having a red month last month. Obviously, I had money saved to be able to pay my bills, and I probably still could have paid my bills with the money I made, but had I had a bigger red trade and lost money in that month, that's concerning to a lot of people. Some people can't stomach that. Some people can't understand that, hey, there's a chance that I might not make money this month. And that's why I think it is vitally important to increase your cash flow, to increase your real estate portfolio so you can have that ease of mind as a trader knowing, hey, I'm going to have money coming in this month to at least pay my bills. It was the biggest stress for me. My wife and I, she was my fiance at the time, both lost our jobs, and our bills were paid solely on how I traded that month. Thankfully, it was a kind of a hotter month, so there's opportunity, so I made months. But if I didn't make at least $2,000 with a $20,000 account, if I didn't make at least 10% gain, in that month, my bills were not going to be paid. It was just the fact of the matter, and that's just the bare minimum. So I know it's going to be really hard for a lot of beginners, for that reason, but just understand that that's why we are helping you build other avenues of income so you don't have to solely rely on your trading income. Initially, because afterwards your trading income should definitely take over your other passive income streams. And that's why it's important. The second you make a good trade, I know I made a $300 trade in front of one of my friends, and he took me to a shoe store right after. He's like, dude, you made $300, like, ball out on some nice shoes. And I'm like, dude, like, I can lose that just as easily as I made it. That's why it's important not to blow your money, not to, get in a euphoric state. If you want to buy something, here's a trick. If you want to buy something expensive, try to buy it on a red day. See if you still buy it. So,
that's a great point to the fact that you mentioned, like, we're here, obviously trying to grow this and help people and educate them. In that sense, like, while we're still learning every day, we've been through a lot of this. So when we're telling you stuff and trying to help you with situations or trades or this or that, like, it's not just coming from, hopefully not anyway falling on deaf ears. Like, we've been through this stuff. We've dealt with it, and we've come out the other side. So
yeah.
I think, just to touch on it one more time, the whole thing Jason was talking about, the whole support thing, it is tough. And I know I went through it just like Jason did, through parents and just people I know, kids I know, girlfriends, that kind of thing. You just kind of got to push through it. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. And this whole Discord group of 40,000 people are going to believe in you. So even if the immediate people around you and people that you've always looked up to in your real life are saying you're not going to do it, there's still plenty of us who believe in you, and it's worth giving at least a try.
Yep.
And they're going to be the ones that come back.
Yep.
They're going to come back and love what
exactly
you're doing.
What's happening to Jason and I right now.
It's going to happen. The people that made fun of you initially are going to indeed come back and say, hey, remember me? It happens every single time. And, that's, yeah.
And I love how you deal with that too. Like, it's not like no, you're not joining me, you put dirt on my name or whatever, blah blah blah. Like, you welcome them back with grace and, like, yeah, let's help you get to where you want to go.
Full transparency, I did used to do that. That's why I was like, dude, you're not joining initially, but I had the wrong intentions back then. It wasn't that he wasn't supporting me in anything. It was I just wanted to have one up on him. And so that was a big thing, a big life lesson I learned is 2 wrongs never make it right. So obviously I'm still going to welcome them back with open arms, but it's
that one was a little hard.
Yeah. I think I do think it's something that, and it's not just trading, it's all avenues of life. You're going to have people not support you on the come up, and then when you make it, it seems like everyone's supporting you. That's why, like, my wife gets annoyed with me because when someone, like, talks me up or like kisses my butt, I cannot stay. Like I do not like that. Just as much as I don't like people that don't support me. And so she's like, well, sometimes it's good for people to express what they really think about you. And maybe it's a vanity issue, but it's just going to happen. It's going to happen. If you don't have people, last thing I'll say this, if you do not have people actually trying to make fun of you, that are picking on you and that are disagreeing with you, you aren't trying hard enough and you aren't doing something worthwhile. There's going to be people that pick on you, and if there's not a single person that's out there saying, what are you doing, or trying to make fun of you, you're not doing anything worth meaning. You're just trying to fit in, and that's never the place to be.
And that goes for other things too. It's not just trading. Like if you're still in high school and like you're trying to pursue a sport, or you're trying to get really good grades or something like that, and people are always going to give you a hard time for trying hard, and don't let those people
always
put you down.
Always.
Those are going to be the people that live in their mom's basement for their whole entire lives and don't ever leave. I mean, let's be honest. You got to try to succeed.
Yeah.
That's why they
people
get
don't
mad,
like it.
because they think it's only cool to act like, everything's easy and all that. But
Well,
no, the real ones are the ones that
The
try.
problem with that is those people that they cannot stomach failure. The definition of failure to them is done. Like, pack your bags. This is not going to happen. You made a fool of yourself. Failure to me is just like, okay, I learned. What am I going to do better next time? And so the people that always are going to make fun of you is because they are just too scared to fail. And no successful person never failed. It's just true. No, they never.
Well, and that's-
failures are almost like a 5-minute pullback on a stock. They're almost necessary
Yeah.
Yeah.
to continue high.
It's a great point. It's a
Yeah,
really good
they
point.
are necessary, 100%. 110%.
But I think that's also why they'll come back and support you. Those people is because they saw in their eyes you didn't fail. In their eyes, you're so successful, but they don't know all the failures that you got to go through to get there. But that's why they're so willing to support you once you make it, because in their eyes, you didn't fail, which to them, that's what they want.
Or the
is they don't
definition
want
of failure
fail.
is different for everyone, right?
Yep.
Same with success.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
True. Very true. What we got left, gentlemen? I think we got a few more talking points
Yeah.
to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Let's talk about maybe the one thing that we did learn from a failure and how we turned it into a success. So, last thing we'll talk about, one of our biggest failures starting as a group is we let everyone join. We let every single person join, and from there it came, a lot of headache. There was people that really wasn't in it to win it. They were in it for the long term. They were in it to learn. They were there to get rich quick. Now, obviously, that draws a large crowd, but there were some people that it created a lot of headache with. So what did we do to combat that? We created the application process. Now, in order to join our team, you actually have to go on a phone call. You have to be willing to show that you want it so bad that you're just going to hop on a simple phone call or a Zoom call with us for 10 minutes, talk to us, see if you meet our criteria, and to see if you really want it bad enough. Listen, we make enough money trading. We're not here to make millions and millions so we can sell you some program. The whole point of this is so we can make sure we're creating such a good group that when you come to our events, it's like amazing networking. So many committed individuals, so many dedicated individuals, and eventually so many successful individuals. If we let everyone in, unfortunately, it's just not going to be that quality of a product and that quality of a group. It's just a fact of the matter.
Yeah, I think the key is also like we want to make sure we give everybody the time that they need. If we grow too fast without hiring enough help in, we're going to get behind, and the quality of our product is not going to be the best it can be. So by us doing the application-based process, it kind of helps not limit the growth, but definitely to the point where we can handle it and hire the help that everybody needs.
Yeah, definitely. There's only, like you said, there's only 5 of us to do everything. And that was, we hired 3 in the last few weeks. And so we're growing like crazy, but we need to grow at a steady pace. Make sure everyone gets what they pay for, everyone gets what they need. And if we let everyone join, then we have to limit the amount of lessons and the amount of attention that each individual gets. That's why we'd love to grow properly. Hire more help, increase the amount of people that we allow in the group. Hire more help, increase the amount of people we allow in the group. Because if we just open the floodgates, I just want to be.
Yep.
Want to be that
I
good.
think the
Based process shouldn't be in my opinion, seen, as a bad thing or something that's out of the norm. If you want to go to college, you have to apply. If you want to get a job, you got to fill out an application. And we're not just someone that you join and you follow us trading. We're trading. We're building the crypto side, real estate, like investing as a whole. Like we're continuing to pour in value to Profit Chasers as a whole, and that is going to overflow to all the members. So try not to look at it as a negative or like I'm not good enough or they don't want me. It's just the norm when you want to get into something that has meaning and has a lot of value. Like I feel like we do. That's just the process you got to go through.
And
I feel like we're pretty prestigious in a sense, like a university.
Yeah.
Like the more high quality individuals we let into our chat rooms, the higher premium our services. As we find more awesome people to put in these groups to add to the conversations, the value of our product continues to rise because we have their good input and their takes on things that can help new members. So I think the application process is definitely here to stay, and it's just going to do nothing but improve our product.
It's going to do two things. First, it's going to make a more a higher quality experience for our actual members, because now they've done that much work simply to just get into the group. Once they're in the group, first of all, they're in there for life. But second of all, it makes a much better experience because of the journey they had to take to simply even acquire the opportunity to join our group. So it makes for a much better experience for our team, because it shows that they're all committed and dedicated individuals. Two, we're not hiring any just Joe Schmo. We're hiring Joe Furman. It's a gentleman that's building the commercial real estate side. We have Keir Weimer helping in the mindset mastery and the other real estate portion of it. So we're hiring professional individuals who have done the work necessary. We're not just, like I said, hiring a Joe Schmo to shoot some clips that you could find for YouTube for free on YouTube. These are high class individuals that have a high net worth because they have a repeated, proven process, and that's how we're going to be a premium group, because we're going to continue to hire and include premium individuals in our group.
Yeah. I think the key
and
also.
knowledge and the prestige. The knowledge and prestige they pour into us, like we pour into you guys. So that's only going to benefit you.
Yep.
I think the thing also is inside these interviews, we want to make sure it's a good fit for not only you but for us as well. We want to make sure that first you can afford it and help grow. And that's the main thing I always get in these interviews is why do you do these application based process? Why don't you just accept everybody? Well, because it might not be the best fit for everybody, and that's something we need to realize. And another thing to kind of go off of what Corey said is, I don't think people realize the amount of money we put into this company. It takes a lot of money. Yes, we'd love to give everything away for free, but what we're providing takes money. We have to pay for a lot of these things.
Yeah. Yep.
Which again also benefits all the members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being totally transparent, I think the max I've actually taken out of the business account and poured into my own bank account, I can even show you a screenshot for those of you who are questioning. I think it was $3,300. To do this for several years, to build this, and the amount of headache it brings me for $3,300 is not worth it. That's like a half a dollar an hour for the amount of hours I put into doing this. I do it because I genuinely enjoy it, right? I actually enjoy teaching you guys. I actually enjoy showing you guys the proper things to do. And I'm here to build an empire. I can't do that if I'm selfishly taking out thousands of dollars out of that account every single day. That's why we reinvest into our company. That's why the members who have been here for several months are like, holy crap, the distance you guys have made, the value you've brought on, that's just the beginning. Just wait. As we grow as a company, we're only going to grow the value of it. And so that's how you know you have a real dedicated group, because we've all, for what we could go out and get paid at other jobs, being all 100% honest, we've all taken massive pay cuts to see this thing grow. And you guys are going to be the ones to benefit from it. Obviously, we're going to benefit on the side of, hey, we're going to see something worth meaning being built here, but it's going to come at a cost. That cost is how much we're actually going to take out of the company to pay ourselves to actually do all this work. And so we all, if you think about the hours we put in, probably less than minimum wage, but it's too much fun for us to not do, and it's so much value we bring for us not to just hold it into ourselves. Like I said, that's why I built it initially, so we can then give it to everyone. Because why would I hold that value to myself? And that's why
honestly,
continue.
Oh, okay, sorry. It's cool to succeed for myself, but it's like 10 times better seeing someone else succeed that I interviewed. Like
Yeah.
to me, like that is everything. That is why I don't care how much, we make from Profit Chasers. That is my payment.
Yeah.
Is seeing everybody succeed.
A kid I went to high school
Well,
with, he just had his biggest winner of almost $1,500 in one trading day. I personally texted that kid right after we finished wrapping up the session because he was hyped. I was hyped for him. I think I probably was more excited at the time for him than he was for himself because it is so cool to see people that have gone through a curriculum who've stayed the course and is seeing real results from our product. It's just a lot of cool, really fun.
It's just like Bryce today made like $2,000 to pay for his vacation. Like seeing that is worth more than $2,000 to me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
that is just something that it just blows my mind. Like a year ago today, I wouldn't have thought I'd be in the position to be able to help people do that, and
Nope.
like that just is awesome to me.
To literally alter and change their life and give them a road of confidence, a road of direction, and prosperity is super cool. Super cool. But
Changing people's lives, directly impacts and in a way changes our lives.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's why we do it.
yep. That's why we do
Yes.
it. But last thing I'll add, and then we'll wrap it up. Why do we require $2,000 to have to start to join our group? Like Noah said, we want to make sure this is the right fit for you. In order to afford what we're doing, we want to make sure that you have enough trading income to supply yourself and to make enough money to cover the tuition. Because if anything less than that, it's better you watch our free live streams, go through our free course material. I mean, I've made over $25,000 for free on our free live streams, on TikTok, and I continue to do them at the end of the day, answer all your guys' questions. But if you don't have enough to get started, it's better to start finding a way to increase your starting capital than to join us and things like that. Because if you only have $50 to start, if you only have $500 to start, the percent gains that you're going to make here, you're not going to probably more likely be able to afford even just being in our lucrative group. So what we would rather you do is we'd rather you start increase your starting income, increase your starting capital to work with so you can see real results, real gains. And so we can also give you some leg room to actually make some money. Everything comes at a cost. Us teaching you how to buy real estate, you need a few $100s to even put together a contract. So a lot of the stuff we do, we require you to have at least $2,000 to get started. Because if you don't, we would just rather you start building your starting capital. It's just going to be more beneficial for you, more beneficial for us.
Piggyback
I
on
would
that quickly, a lot of brokerage also, if you have 2,000, that unlocks shorting privileges.
Yeah, sure.
Which in the market we're in is amazing. You can make money to the downside.
That's exactly why too.
I would say also, if you can't afford the 2,000 right now, that doesn't mean just like leave the Discord and forget about it. Like, stay in the free chat. Like, there's hundreds, like thousands of people, I'd even say, that use that like every day. Like, you'll find some info in there. You'll learn something. Like, we don't exclusively talk in the premium
No.
chat. If we see you in the general chat asking questions, we'll stop in and help you. Like, it's
Yeah.
a whole family. It's not just the premium chat. That's not who we only pay attention to.
Not at all.
It's just those are the people we're focused on more. But we still see you guys, and we're still here to help you.
Yeah, it's for your best interest, because if you have less than that, it's not worth spending your time trying to trade with $500. Just because the fact of the matter is, if you're focused on 1% a day, it's going to take a lot longer than if you just go out there, build up your starting capital, and then start with a few thousand. That's when we can really help you grow exponentially.
And other communities aren't going to do that for you. They're going to take any dollar that you have and will give them, and that's going to be that. They might give you a call out here.
Absolutely.
That's not knowledge.
No, you can't. It's not knowledge. Skills are inflation proof. The skills that you can bring after we teach you them aren't going to go away. When, like I said, due to inflation, due to anything else. That's why we're not a call out server. Just the fact of the matter. Anyway, I think they're
great
throwing a
ending
party. Throwing a party in my office, so I think maybe it's time to wrap it up.
All right. Yeah, that's a good question to end it on too.
Cool. Well, those of you who stayed to the end, I appreciate you spending your time with us. I'm a firm believer that time is your most valuable asset, and the simple fact that you spent it listening to us or being around us shows that A, you're dedicated, but B, you actually got some sort of value, hopefully, out of this. Hopefully, we didn't burn an hour of your time. So thank you. Hopefully, we'll see you in the next one. See you in the general chat. DM me if you guys have any questions, or DM any of these three guys in here if you have any questions about getting started or about our group. Enzo, want to wrap it up? A little wave from the Enzo. Enzo, wait, hold on, hold that. Open your eyes, Enzo.